believe it or not, because you have to heat it to a certain temperature. It's not easy to manipulate. With sterling silver is really easier to work with. Let me say that. So if you are somebody who loves, the metals that are able to withstand the test of time, not that silver is not. Platinum is just a cut above all the rest, right? They call it the rich man's gold. A lot of estate jewelry is done in platinum. And so you'll see us kind of expand the collection. We try to bring you platinum. We try to bring you palladium. We bring you a lot of variety. And we know that a lot of guys and gals enjoy the platinum, characteristics. It's hypoallergenic. It's not going to tarnish. It's resistant to scratches. And this one is 8 inches. I love the clasp on this one too. We've seen this in the past with our artisan crafted designers. We've also seen this with our Bali collection. We've seen this with the higher end exclusive designers. What you'll do is you'll slide the jump ring, or the ring rather, and then you'll slide it onto that S design. You'll then give it a bit of a squeeze so you can close it, and that is nice and secure around your wrist. But the millimeter size on this one is a 4.4 millimeter. See that it's an in between. Sometimes with men's jewelry, you might find, a design that is a 6 millimeter, a 7 millimeter, even an 8 to 10 millimeter, right? We see a lot of the Miami Cuban links and a lot of designs done in a wider style. Well, with this bracelet, ladies, you can get away with getting in on this one too. If you're an 8-inch, this one is going to work out beautifully. So not too thin though, gentlemen, where it's feminine, right? But also not too wide, ladies, where you can't get away with rocking this. It's neutral. We're seeing a lot of artisans who do design pieces that can go either way, that both men and women are comfortable wearing. So I just wanted to point that out. My first option here is a limited edition. If you love your white metal, there's nothing better than platinum or palladium. Also, stainless steel is another metal that's super good because it's strong. And for me, with bracelets, I feel that, we have got to be really conscious of the type of metal that we wear around our wrist. I feel like in terms of exposure to maybe banging or scraping or scratching, the bracelets are the most, kind of exposed, if you will, because of the way we move, right? If I just move my hand on the desk here, if I pick up a cell phone, if I pick up my pen, if I'm typing on the computer, the sterling silver or the gold or platinum on the wrist is going to be exposed. So you want to make sure you're wearing the right metal, especially if you're like me, anything like me. I'm very rough and tough on things, not intentionally. It is what it is. So this is one of those bracelets that's going to be able to withstand the test of time. You've got the diamond cutting. It is listed at $2,669. Not today, ladies, gentlemen. Remember, if you're just now tuning into the live stream, this is a For Him show. Like it, share it. Like it, share it. Who are the guys on your list that you can share this with? Because we're going to have tanzanite. We're going to do turquoisite. We'll do opals. We'll do emeralds. All these men's designs that'll be up for grabs at a fraction of the price. And I want the guys to be a part of this. In fact, if you're a gentleman watching, again, in the comments section, let your girl know. I want to shout you out. If there are any gemstones that you've ever wanted in your collection that maybe you're not able to find in the retail environment, let me know. I've got your back, okay? So the bracelet is a limited edition. As I mentioned, it's going to be 8 inches. It's 950 platinum. Gram weight here is nearly 10 grams. Millimeter size on the links are going to be 4.4 millimeter. So again, not too wide, but also not too thin. So that's going to be option 1. It is a limited edition. If there are any questions that you have about the bracelet, please make sure you let me know. Keep in mind, it is a specialty item with being that it's platinum and also clasp on that one. Very unique style, easy to work with. You're going to give it a pinch, but you'll simply bring it around the other side of the bracelet, that is. You'll then hook it in and then you'll give it a squeeze. The squeeze is what's going to secure the bracelet on your wrist. These are designed with a little more of an elevated style so that it's not clunky it's seamless. It just flows beautifully. The next one is a little chunkier. The next one we have is a Bali Legacy. This one's a 925 sterling silver. Keep in mind that the last bracelet was platinum, $400 per month. And then with the discount, instead of it being $26.69, it's going to be $2,002. 30-day money back guarantee, risk-free shopping. Anything that you see, please make sure you take advantage of it. If you love it, if you think, ooh, my brother would like that, or ooh, Pops would like that, or whoever you're thinking about, make sure you take advantage because all these pieces are limited edition. Okay. So coming up next, I have this is a big one. So this is a thicker, heavier, bulkier design. This is done on the island of Bali.
So this one they probably want to call personal shopper because it's showing on the website sold out.
It's sold out? Okay, so we've got a lot of people who are shopping for Bali. So for this one, if you're interested, we had 3 listed when we started the show. I'm not too sure if people are shopping online right now. I would recommend that you chat with our personal shopper team to see if this is in stock. Let me give you some details here, though. I love Bali Legacy because of the fact that you have these very exclusive designs here. Which way am I going here? Oh, here we go. Look how cool this is. So you have the latch up top. It opens up. Okay. The latch up top hooks onto the inside of the bracelet. It's then secure. It's one of the coolest designs I've actually seen the Bali artisans put together, because sometimes you just have like a regular lobster. Sometimes you have a spring ring. Sometimes you have, they do the toggle clasp. So all of this design is done by hand. This is that dragon bone, dragon style. What you would imagine the scales of a dragon or the body of a dragon having. Obviously, it's a mythical creature. Some say they've seen some, but at the end of the day, in the movies, we've seen them, right? But 46.4 grams is what you have here. And when you think about heft, I always think Bali Legacy. Bali Legacy is our artisan crafted, one of our collections here. And when we say Bali, I want to reiterate the fact that this is made on the island of Bali. This is not just inspired by Bali artisans. The artisans on the island of Bali make these from scratch. And I say scratch, it's interesting. When I say scratch, I think of food. They make them by hand. Let's say that, right? From start to finish, everything is made by hand. So all the steps that are taken in order to, first of all, melt the silver to the right temperature, manipulate the silver to shape it and to, create the detail or the design that's intended. In this case, dragon bone design is what we are going for here. And also, I just wanted to show you the movement. If you have a son, if you have a brother, if you have an uncle, a dad, a gentleman that you're close to, or even a gal that likes to wear bulkier, chunkier jewelry, this is a really nice, hefty piece. 31 point, right around 32 grams is a troy ounce of silver. So this one is 46.4 grams. You have well over a troy ounce of silver. And every single one of these links is perfectly done. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you the flow. And the reason why I'm doing this to the bracelet is because I want you to see that it's not one of those rickety roller coasters. You know what I'm talking about. Have you ever been to the amusement park and all of a sudden you looked at one of them old school roller coasters and you're looking at them like, I don't know if I want to go on that one, right? You want one that's going to flow. If not, it's like, so this is that piece of jewelry that sometimes if the artisan's involved or the way they finish the piece is not done right, sometimes you don't have as smooth a movement that you're seeing here, which I like to point out because every single piece is going to be manually linked together. So the flow and the way that it sits on my wrist and on your wrist, more importantly, is going to be, just flat, and it wraps nicely around without you having to be concerned about it being too heavy, too chunky, too bulky, maybe scratchy. None of that. In fact, I can put it over top of my blouse and still run it back and forth without having any issues with, it snagging the garment material here. So you're winning. Let me tell you how else you're winning. I haven't even mentioned the price. $269.99. $269 with the discount. You're at 202, and I'm talking 202, right? So with the budget payment option, and we only have maybe one, if that, you're going to have to contact our personal shopper team to get in on this one. $40.50 per month. It is a limited edition. If you like what you see, again, I would suggest contacting our personal shopper team. I'm going to step to the side so you can give it maybe take a screenshot of this one. 888-835-2237. The good news about the live stream is that you have access to a personal shopper team member, right? You have a customer care team member that you can chat with. Sometimes with live streams, you don't necessarily have access to anyone. You just have, the website. Good luck to you. And, you don't necessarily know if you're able to apply the discounts, things like that. We want to put we have put a team together of people who are there, for you if you have any questions and you need some discounts applied, things like that. Because remember, 25% off gives you a huge discount. So from $269.99, it's listed at 202. We're gonna move. It does show that it's sold out, but on my show sheet it says 3. So I would suggest, if you love that dragon style Bali legacy piece, make sure you chat with our personal shopper team. They'll be more than happy to assist. If they can get you one or similar to one, we'll definitely be able to kind of process that order for you, okay? All right, coming up next, we get into our first men's ring. This one is on clearance. It is a final sale. We've given it a huge discount. We've carried this over from our clearance we just wrapped up last week. This one is $2,009 with the discount. We're talking $1,500. Wait a minute. $1,500. You know why I'm dancing and excited? Because, ladies and gentlemen, this is $14K. This is not sterling silver. This is not an overlay piece. This is not $10K. And I get excited about this kind of stuff because we track the market. We know what's happening with gold prices. All of you do, right? We're well aware of, the price of gold going up significantly. Look at how good looking this particular piece of jewelry is. You see the shoulders? You've got a little bit of, what it kind of reminds me of? It reminds me of a reptile. It reminds me of alligator skin. It reminds me of crocodile. That beautiful detail on both sides continues, from one side to the next. And the tanzanite is a 9.5 by 7.5 millimeter. Ladies, your sweetie pie for Valentine's Day. Yes, he deserves tanzanite. Tanzanite and diamonds. That is a good looking piece. So that's a 2.43 carat, nearly 2.5 carat tanzanite. Tanzanite found one place in the world. If you haven't read an article about this particular gemstone or heard about tanzanite, this gem is actually found one place in the world, the foothills of Mount Kilimanjaro. It is found in Tanzania. That's where it gets its unique name from, Tanzania, tanzanite. The gemstone is also known as the blue diamond. So in the world of gemstones, sometimes people refer to it as a blue diamond or known as kind of sort of the blue diamond. And the reason why, first of all, it's 1,000 times rarer than a diamond. And then when you get into the grading or the color saturation of the tanzanite, it becomes a little more complicated than that. The numbers, go up significantly because the deeper, the darker the tanzanite, the better the grading on the tanzanite, the more money you end up spending, the more valuable that gemstone is. So I'll be honest with you, here at Shop LC, we provide you with AA, AAA, quad A. Okay. And when you look at that, some of you are like, what the heck? What is that? AA, AAA. So when you're looking at gemstones or jewelry on the website, a lot of times what they do is they list the gemstones as good, better, best, heirloom, right? So good, better, best, heirloom. And as you select those different options, your price goes up as you get closer to heirloom. So with the grading that you see here at Shop LC, it's similar to that, right? You have your 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A. So the 1A is going to be good. The AA is going to be better. The AAA is the best. And the quad A is the heirloom. You're getting AAA grade here. So this should be well over $4,000 here at Shop LC. Retail replacement value. The original price on this one listed was $3,300. Okay, we discounted it and then we put it on clearance. So from the $3349.99 price point, it's down to $2,002 on clearance, but with the extra 25% discount, you're at $1,507. You're at $1,507. Am I the only, like, okay, so maybe it's because I've gone to the gem shows, the trade shows where you walk up to a vendor station. They have tanzanite loose gems. One piece of tanzanite, let me give you the carat weight. Maybe that's it. 2.43 carats of tanzanite. Just the tanzanite. So when you start looking, if you've ever, it's a really cool experience. I recommend it. If you're in the US and, you know, you like to go to like trade shows and, you know, places where designers from all over the world will come and offer you deals, but you got to buy in bulk. So most of the time you have high-end jewelry stores, high-end designers, people like that show up to negotiate price points to see what kinds of gemstones they can get and add into their collections to make them available, right? So during the entire process of negotiating, tanzanite sold separately, just 1 carat of it can cost you, cut, faceted, and in AAA, it can cost you thousands of dollars. So in order to get price points the way that we have here at Shop LC, you have to buy millions of dollars worth. How we're able to do it, if you didn't know, by the way, this one is in several sizes. I think we have sizes 8, 8.5, 9, 9.5, 10, 10.5, 11, 11.5, and 12. So we've got several different sizes here in the men's design. Good news, okay? We are at 1,500, but the even better news is you get free ring sizing. So if for whatever reason you're like, oh my gosh, I love this design, I love this style, but I don't know his exact size, you want to lock in on the price now. With the budget payment option, you're only paying $301 today. And then what I would do is get the closest thing to what you think is the size. You're going to contact us. Okay. Remember, personal shopper team, that personal shopper number I'm going to put up. You're going to contact us once you find out his size. And here's the good thing about this whole men's show. If you have a husband, maybe you're not married, you have a boyfriend, maybe you don't have anybody, you have a son, perhaps you have your dad, your brother, people that you're thinking about. If there is somebody in your life you want to treat for Valentine's Day, for their birthday, for a graduation event, for whatever reason, because you know that we have the best deals possible on certain pieces of jewelry, keep in mind that if you spend $1,000 or more, we're going to do the free ring sizing for you. If not, you can always take it to a local jeweler, but it's nice to be able to work with the manufacturer. And we have our bench jewelers here locally in Austin, Texas. That's where you're going to send it. That's where our studios are. So you'll have a chance to send it back to us and we'll get it perfectly sized for you, like perfectly. Okay. So we are able to resize the ring. We're doing the free ring sizing. You have the diamonds, 22 diamonds, nearly 1/4 carat. Gentlemen, if you've been looking for the perfect tanzanite piece, you're a white metal kind of guy. This is 14K white gold. It's huge. Also, with the 14K white gold, we have your stats here. So 8.19 grams. 2 things that you get with your purchase as a shopper with us. First thing you're going to get when you buy our Luxotto, Ileana, or Rhapsody collection, you're going to get a certificate of authenticity. Certificates of authenticity come with all of your stats, your details on the piece. So from your carat weights to the gram weight on your piece, all the details, the ins and outs are on the certificate of authenticity. That's from us. In this case, you have a certified piece. We don't do all certified gemstones, but when it is certified, you're going to get the certificate from the AJP or the IGI. We send pieces off to reputable companies to certify your pieces and to give you replacement values. Basically, it's your appraisal. But it's a conservative appraisal. These appraisals don't include the metal. These appraisals don't include a designer name. This is just a basic appraisal. Most of the time when you guys get these home, which we appreciate, a lot of you guys share with us that you actually take your pieces to a local jeweler. You don't give them this because this is done by a separate entity. That would be a conflict of interest. You just give them the ring and you say, hey, listen, you see this tanzanite? I'd like to insure it. Can you do an appraisal for me? They'll do an appraisal. And 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, I'll be a bit more conservative. Those appraisals come back at higher than what the AGI appraises them at. Okay. Why? Because AGI is conservative. They keep it really conservative. And that's why we team up with them, because we like to under promise, over deliver. So guess how much? 10,500. You see that on the bottom? 10,500. That's going to be the retail replacement value. This is what you send to your insurance company if you're getting it appraised. 10,000, and you only paid, remember, 1,500, 1,507 with the discount. So you have that added discount. It is a final sale. This is one that we were able to take every penny, every dollar off the price, give you the best deal. Now, here's the thing. If you want a tanzanite and yellow gold, I've got a yellow gold tanzanite for you. But if you're a white gold, a platinum guy, 14K white gold. That's 8 grams of 14K. That's heavier than a lot of chains are out there. Here, let me show this to you. Look at the back. Beautifully finished. These rings are stunning. Second to none. You deserve the best, and I'm hoping if you have any questions, put it in the comments section. Let your girl know. I'll be more than happy to assist. I want to make sure I'm answering all your questions to ensure you're making the best decision possible. But if there are any questions about these pieces, let me know. All right, coming up next, we're going to do a bezel set. Now, a lot of guys do prefer their pieces bezel set. Okay, if you're just now joining us, welcome to the live stream. I'm Jessica Maldonado. We are hosting a For Him show, men's jewelry. We're going to have different sizes, different styles, different price points, so make sure you stick with me. If you know a guy that you can share the page with, don't forget to like us, share it out, pump the page out so that the guys out there can, maybe land on it. It lands on their, what is it? What's it called? The For You page or whatever. So next, 14K yellow gold. I've got a bezel set tanzanite, premium quality. This one is a 2.9 carat. Look how nice that is. Surrounded by diamonds. So the center gemstone, the center tanzanite is a 2.41 carat. It is a 9x7 millimeter. And this one has 34 diamonds in the halo. Simple and classic. So that, my friends, is the, I think it's going to be the only yellow gold tanzanite I have up for grabs. Let me double check here. Yep, that one's in white. That's a turquoisite. So yes, I am correct. The one that we're doing in yellow gold with tanzanite in the setting is this one here. It's a 14K yellow gold. This one is a $4,934 asking price point. Good night. We're going to discount that for you. So with the 25% coupon, you're at $3,701. And this one is heavy. This one, gram weight, we're talking just under 6 grams. That's where the size starts. Well, the gram weight starts in the smallest size we have. Okay, so we have a size 8. The size 8 is going to be right around 6 grams. Okay, it goes up from there. So nicely finished on the back end, bezel set. You've got a low profile, no prongs. The gemstone is set inside of the gold. The gold is going to be 14K yellow. Isn't that nice? Really nice kind of, rectangular shape, not overdone, simple. Simplicity is what a lot of guys prefer, and that's exactly what I'm delivering. So that piece is the one that's up for grabs, and the tanzanite is the perfect size here. Gentlemen, if you're out there, let me know if there's anything you're interested in seeing. I'm going to make sure I bring that forward, but we've got a lot of variety to get to, so I'm going to keep moving on this one. This one is $740 per month. With the discount, it's $3,701. You've got the budget payment option of $740, as I mentioned, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. So that is a risk-free item. The other one that we just featured, that tanzanite we did for $1,504. You do realize the difference in price, right? $1,500 on the tanzanite and 14K white gold, AAA, versus $3,000 $701, right? I mean, that's huge. That's a huge difference. So we've got a closeout item in 14K white gold, and we have the 14K yellow gold bezel set, a newer piece in the collection that's up for grabs around 37, which is what you're going to see moving forward. The price of gold has gone up. It's official. There's nothing we can do about it, right? So you're still going to get the lowest price guaranteed here at Shop LC, but you will see the price of gold go up. So if you can snag any of the clearance items or any of the pieces we're able to mark down even more, I'd suggest you do it. Seriously. All right, so we're moving on to the turquoisite. Now, this turquoisite is almost identical, if not identical, to the design we just did in tanzanite. This one here. Coming up next, we've got your turquoisite and diamond. This one is in 14K yellow gold. Love this one. This one's 3.15 carats. It's prong set, but the prongs are not high. So you don't have anything that is super high or feminine. This is a masculine. Again, that reptile, crocodile, alligator skin style. You've got the center gemstone that's a 9.5 by 7.5 millimeter. Yeah, these are pretty much identical. These two side by side, you can either do the tanzanite that's on clearance for $1,500, or you can do the turquoisite, which is at $2,174. $2,174. This one is in 14K. You've got the 22 points of diamonds. There are 22 diamonds, each one 1.3 millimeter. Isn't that good looking? So turquoisite is also known as Turkish diaspora, Anatolia Mountains, found in Turkey, one place in the world. This is one of those really great items that I find to be probably one of the biggest phenomenons out there in the world today of colored gemstones. Natural color change Turkish diaspora. It's found in the Anatolia Mountains of Turkey, one place in the world. That is it. Just like tanzanite. So when you talk about gemstones that can only be found one place in the world, that's special. But there's another thing that we add to the turquoisite. Turquoisite is a natural color change gemstone, also known as a phenomenon. So very few gems are phenomenons, right? Phenomenons can be color change, can be stars, asterisms, the star gemstones, the shillers, the ones that glow, right? So these are phenomenons. Very few gems are phenomenons. The closest thing you're going to get to this is a gemstone that's called alexandrite. Alexandrite is a natural color change gem. It was actually discovered in the early 1800s, found in other places. But alexandrite calls for $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 price per carat, sometimes more, depending on the color change and depending on the size and the clarity of that gemstone. With turquoisite, turquoisite is going to be a cleaner version of a color change gem. It was actually recently discovered in the 2000s. And so this is a gem that you can actually see the crystallization. It's a lot cleaner than a lot of alexandrites. And here at Shop LC, it's much more affordable. It is a sharp piece. So if you're interested, we discounted it. It's listed at $2,899.99. With the discount, you're down to $2,174. That's a lot of money off the price. I love that. $2,174. And per month, you're going to pay $434. Keep in mind, during the live streams, we also offer you the option of budget pay. You have, if it's not a final sale, if it's not a clearance item, like the tanzanite. Tanzanite was a clearance. It was $1,500, lowest price point. It's a final sale. Unless the piece is damaged, you're keeping it. The others, we have 30-day money-back guarantee. You can send it back, blah, 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 right? So this one with the yellow gold, another thing I wanted to remind you of, and the turquoisite, is that you have free ring sizing. Just like the final sale items, if we have anything on clearance, doesn't matter if it's on super sale, regular sale. If it's $1,000 or more, we're going to do the free ring sizing here. So with this one, if you're interested, you want a phenomenon in your collection, the turquoisite is the way to go. Because alexandrites, they're found in different areas of the world now. Not often, but more so than Turkicite. Turkicite is only found in Turkey, and it goes by other trade names. Turkish diaspora is the name of the actual material, but some people call it other things. So you look for the color change Turkey gem. You'll see that they've called it different things. Here at Shop LC, we call it Turkicite. It's a newer gemstone in the market. So usually when a new gem is discovered, entities put them out under certain names, and whichever name kind of sticks is the name moving forward after like a 10-year period. Sometimes shorter than that, they'll, kind of go with that name. Sometimes people trademark the name. So right now, there are a lot of kind of trademark names out there that only those companies can use. We call it Turkicite because it's found in Turkey. Very much like Tanzanite because Tanzanite is found in Tanzania. Although we didn't name Tanzanite, Tiffany and Company did. But yeah, that's the direction that we went in when we named it. And we offer it here at Shop LC at phenomenal price points. Okay. So that one is available. I want to welcome you guys. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to our live stream. I am Jessica. If there's any questions that you have, please write it in the comments section. I'll be more than happy to answer those questions. We're featuring men's jewelry exclusively. Can the ladies wear it? Sure. If you love the design, if the size, works for you, or you spend $1,000 and you want to get it back to us, and have our jewelers size it, we'll be more than happy to do that. You can also take it to a local jeweler. I mean, all these pieces can be pretty much sized. I'll let you know if any ones I feel like, it is what it is. But when we get to that, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Okay. All right. Coming up next, we have Rubelite. By the way, that Turkicite, of course, is going to come with your certificate of authenticity. Doesn't have a certified appraisal card, but you do get the certificate. And this one, the gem weight was 3.15 carats on the Turkicite diamond ring. All right. So next is a 14K white gold Rubelite piece. This is my favorite gemstone. I'm a little obsessed with it. Now, you're going to notice when an item is on clearance because the price is kookaroo crazy. Okay? Kookaroo. Let me share with you why. This one on our website is listed at $1,215. Yes, it's 14K. 14K white gold. Yes, it's a rare form of tourmaline that's over a carat, 1.1 carat. But it's on clearance. So the sale is final, but the discount is deep. Are you guys ready for this? You're not even ready. So remember I was telling you some of the other pieces, 3,000, right? 2,700. This one is listed on clearance at 1,215, but since you're watching the live stream, it's discounted even more. We're under $1,000 for a Rubelite diamond ring. Under $1,000. We're talking $911.60. That is the out the door total. Final sale. Shoot. You can turn around and sell this thing and make tons of money. Look at the red. Rubelite, rare form of tourmaline, red variety of this gemstone. So, what are you getting? 28 diamonds, 20 points. You've got the gold gram weight starting at almost 4 grams. The gemstone itself is going to be a 7 by 5 millimeter, 1.1 carat. Please make sure you're getting all the clearance pieces because these discounts are crazy. So, $182 per month for the Rubelite diamond ring in 14K. $182 per month. That's the budget pay. And who qualifies for that? Who can get their hands on that? You do. You qualify for budget pay. There is no credit check. We don't have to run anything extra. You simply choose the payment plan option. You'll pay the $182 today, 30 cents plus taxes. Shipping and handling is on us. When you check out and you spend $50 or more during the live stream, you're going to get free shipping anyway. So there's so many different discounts we're able to apply here. This is 1.2 carats. 1.2 carats at $911 in 14K. And rubelites are rarer than rubies. Rubelites are rarer than rubies. So also with rubies, they're not as crystallized as your rubelite. That's one of the reasons why I'm in love with rubelite over my ruby. And I say my because my birthday happens to be in the month of July. So I've always loved the ruby. And I think at the end of the day, if you ask people about the ruby gemstone, it doesn't matter when their birthday is, they know it as the king of the gemstones, right? A gem that represents love and passion and power. Well, rubellite is the red variety, rare form of tourmaline. You have almost like a fuchsia color, like a tropical red. Okay. So this is on clearance. It's a final sale. Lowest price points you're going to see on 14K. If we can go under 2 grand for 14K, it's a big day. This is not just under 2 grand. This is under $1,000. $911.61, $182 per month, plus some, couple dollars here and there. But yeah, this is when I talk about budget pay, all you have to do is choose the payment plan option. Once you choose the payment plan option, you're able to make that first payment. We'll ship it out to you, and then you'll make your payments, month to month from that point on. So yeah, 6.1 grams minimum, 6.1 grams clearance, final sale, but you're saving. I can't even believe we went under $1,000 for a 14K rubellite diamond ring. If you all watch our show on a regular basis, you happen to tune into the live stream today, you know what to do. Let me know if you're a regular shopper. Put in the comments section if you have any questions. Let's keep moving. Speaking of rubies, king of the gemstones, I've got plenty of these in my collection. And thanks to Shop LC. It's much more affordable here at Shop LC, right? In this world versus the real world, I call this the Shop LC world because, it's that good. Let me explain. You get a king of the gems. King of the gems. That's going to be a 2-carat total weight, 18K vermeil yellow over sterling. This is a 5-star rated piece, $359. $359. And here's the best part. The ruby's a 1.78 carat. The ruby is a 1.78. So you have close to 2 carats in the ruby all by itself. If you have a son or your brother that, he's into fashion and loves his, jewelry pieces, or maybe you guys have discussed him getting a nice piece of jewelry. Ta-da. With the 18K vermeil yellow over sterling finish, the diamond's 22 points. That's a good looking piece, isn't it? If you're interested, Live25 is the coupon code. Guess how much per month? $53.99. $53.99. Is that delayed, DJ?
What?
The live stream you just put up? That's interesting. That was way delayed. I was on Tanzanite. But $53.99 is the payment plan option, and of course you get the free shipping. So if you're interested, 2 carats of ruby and diamonds in 18K yellow gold over sterling, 30-day money back guarantee here, free shipping. This is a nice way to really surprise somebody. I think we have just a couple sizes left, 13 and 14. But if that size works for you, this would be a really great deal to take advantage of, especially with the price cut being as big as it is. All right, so ruby and diamonds. Coming up next, we're going to feature a turquoisite in 18K vermeil yellow over sterling. So remember I had mentioned at the start of the show, we do different price points for everyone, right? So if anybody lands on the live stream, I'm hoping I can lure you in. I can keep you, for as long as possible. I'm doing men's jewelry. I have a beautiful turquoisite bezel set. This is a sharp piece. This is an Asher cut. Turquoisite, found in Turkey, one place in the world, natural color change. It's a 2 carat. You've got the brush finish on both sides here. You want to get your brother, your son, your dad, your significant other something special. Do it with a gemstone like this, where once they do a little research on the turquoisite, they're going to find how special. They're going to find out how special this particular gemstone is. Why is it special? Because you can only find it one place in the world. Because it's considered to be a phenomenon in the world of gemstones. Why? It's a color change gem. It has the ability to change color. How does it change color? In the light, the different light sources. Incandescent light, lower light. natural sunlight. So you're going to have these kiwi greens to almost like a purplish red. And that color is not, from like red to green, like you see in a light, a stoplight. It's going to be like just a subtle shift or color change. And also, one of the things I like about my turquoisite or turquoisites in general is that depending on what you're wearing, it pairs up beautifully with every single color. It's almost like a cross between, I always think about like a white wine, but also a cognac, right? A cognac is a little more brown. So you've got those two colors together that kind of balance each other out. Turquoisite is a clean gemstone. It is a stunner. And it's definitely one that you should add into your collection, especially since the gem you almost never see in the market. Today is $59.99 per month. If you do a one-time payment on the turquoisite, this is going to be $299. So it's listed at $399.99, but yet you have your budget payment option. So everybody qualifies for budget pay. If you're interested in budget pay, you always have the option of using budget pay as long as you have that first payment, right? One-time payment of $59.99 will round up. It's $60 per month. You have the free shipping on this one. So there are a lot of benefits to shopping with us on a regular basis. It is an Asher cut though. This is a specialty cut. Okay. This is not one of those just regular run of the mill ovals that you see, often. Also the texture on both sides of the shank here done nicely. You've got a lot to look forward to. With the discount of $100, it takes it from $399 to $299, but you also have that budget payment option of $60 per month. So you're winning. You are winning on a Tuesday. Who knew? Tuesdays are kind of slow, but we try to bring the heat during our live streams. I want to make sure you're able to get something, not just watch the show, but say, you know what? I like that design. I'm going to go ahead and secure it. And with the 30-day money back guarantee, might as well test drive us. Got to try us out in order to see if you love us or not. Trust me, we'll have you addicted to Shop LC, but you've got to experience the quality first in order to finally get you in. And I'm hoping I can do that with the price cuts we're able to offer you today. So coming up next, I have a tanzanite. Okay, we do have a tanzanite in precious metal. So your precious metal, silver, with rhodium over top of it, that's part of the platinum family, makes it hypoallergenic. This is going to be a bit more affordable than some of the gold pieces, right? Because we can do 10K, 14K, 18K, and platinum. We have it all here at Shop LC. This is super unique, though. Oh, my goodness. Look at this one. I absolutely love this one. This is a 2.1 carat tanzanite. This one also features zircon. I love the way the zircons are set. So you've got a wider millimeter size here. The actual setting all by itself is millimeter size, that is going to be a 10. So you're at a 10 millimeter wide. But the actual gemstone is a 7x5. What they did was they created the halo and then brought the band out nice and wide. So you have something that's a little more masculine, it's a little wider. Right when you thin out the shoulders, it ends up being a little more feminine. So this one has a really nice low profile as well. Remember we talked about bezel setting. Bezel setting is going to be in the gold, prong set, micro pave set. So we set them differently just to kind of create certain looks. And a lot of guys prefer the low profile because you work, I'm not going to say that all men work with their hands, but at the end of the day, just that style, that design, the way you set the gemstone makes a difference for the guys versus the ladies. So I think we did it right here at 10 millimeter. The band itself kind of lifts up on a few different places on the outside. So you've got that inner micro pave set. Okay, so the prongs are very tiny. In fact, when you run your fingers against the actual setting, you can't even, it's almost like they're not even there. So you get a nice look, everything's nestled into place, and you have this really just sharp piece of jewelry you're able to present to somebody. $50.24. That's the monthly payment plan. $50.24. So out the door, this one's listed at $334.99. Okay, but out the door, because you get the 25% discount, live 25 is the coupon code. You're gonna pay $251. $251, people. Listen, if you didn't want to go ahead and get the gold, which I would recommend you do, because we're doing the gold 14K with the diamonds. This one's on super sale. This one's on clearance. It is a final sale. Okay. This one you have a 30-day money back guarantee on, but look at the difference. You see the difference in the grading of the tanzanite. You see the difference in the setting. That's all gold 14K. Those are diamonds. This is zircon. But with the clearance price being where it's at $1,500 on that tanzanite diamond, I would definitely go with that if you're interested in gold. If you're somebody who didn't necessarily want to spend, over $300-400, but you still wanted a nice piece of tanzanite, then go with the silver for now if that's what your budget permits. $50.24, 2.1 carats, perfect. It may be that your son is in high school and you're not prepared to get anything in gold just yet, right? Gotta earn his way to that. And so if that's the case, this would be a really nice piece. You'll have it forever. It's not like sterling silver is no good. I mean, it's one of the best metals out there, right? A lot of high-end designers will use precious metals, sterling silver, nickel free in our case, to ensure that you're getting some of the best designs. We have it here at Shop LC. It's called our D Joy collection. D apostrophe Joy. And on the back of a lot of our pieces, we do engrave. We put the little D there, but it's on the back end, so you won't see it. It's not like one of those designer brands where, have you ever seen those designer brands? I don't know about you, but it kind of gets on my nerves when they put their logo everywhere. For me, I'm not about that life, but it's okay if that's you. It's just for me, I like a low key. If they're going to do it tiny, right? And so that's what we do on your designs, either on the back end of the pendant or the back end of a ring. We stamp the initial of that design, or the collection rather. DeJoy, Luxoro, the L. We have Rhapsody, and we have Ileana, I or R. Okay, you'll see that in your pieces, which is quite nice. Those little details make a difference. All right, so we're going to move right along. I've got a few more pieces to get to in my final hour. This is going to wrap up our first hour. If there's anything that you saw during this show, if you have any questions, please don't forget. Shoot me a text message. Let me know. All you have to do in the comments section is write whatever question you have. I'll be more than happy to answer that question for you. Keep in mind our personal shopper team is available, so they are there to pick up the phone if you need to call them right now. Any questions about a specific piece? Maybe you're trying to apply, a coupon. You're able to do so by, dialing in and chatting with our personal shopper team. Excuse me. Mm-hmm. Okay. So with that said, next, we have a turquoisite moissanite ring coming up. I think you're going to love. And again, my goal is to bring you different styles. I want to make sure you guys, and ladies and gentlemen, obviously the guys are not always necessarily watching, so we want the ladies to have something nice to give your sweetie pie, especially since Valentine's Day is on the horizon. We're not the only ones that like to rock jewelry. So the turquoisite is a sharp piece. This reminds me of, just royalty. This is going to be an 18K vermeil yellow gold over sterling silver. The outer part of the setting is moissanite. So you got the moissanite. Those are baguettes. Okay. Each one of those is going to be a 6x3 millimeter. And you also have your 32 moissanites. So perfectly set. 25% coupon. Okay. So that's going to take your price from $374 to $281. $281 for this. It blows my mind because, again, it is a natural color change phenomenon found in Turkey. natural color change phenomenon that a lot of times is selling for like several $1,000s price per carat. Well, in this case, you have 2.32 carats. Listen to this, 2.32 divided by how many do we have? Okay, so I want to give you the carat weight. Every single one of these turquoisites is going to be almost a half carat a piece. Every single one is 46 points, 46 and a half points. Every single one of these. Now, millimeter size on the band. I know this is important. You got a 10 millimeter again. So we're seeing a lot of the 10 millimeter wide bands. This is a sharp piece. That's a handsome piece of jewelry. So several sizes here. This one is on sale. You have a 30-day money back guarantee on this one though. Okay. You also have the budget pay option of $56. So here's what I recommend you do. When it's not a final sale, you have a 30-day money back guarantee. When you have a 30-day money back guarantee, although you may not necessarily know his size or if he's going to love it, he can let you know once you give it to him. If he doesn't love it, you say, look, we can always send it back. I wanted to just try something different. I thought that, you might like it. It's okay. I'm not one of these people that when I give a gift and somebody says that, I always tell them, let me know if you like it, right? I don't want to assume that they like it until they tell me. And I'm okay with that, getting something else, getting to know somebody until maybe, one day you can get it right or they'll tell you exactly what they want. And that's really the only time that you're nailing it, unless, of course, you can find a gift on your own that they end up loving. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do. Try something different. Natural color change, Turkish diaspora, up for grabs. It is on, sale. So the original price that's listed, as I mentioned, is going to be $374. With the discount, 25%, you're going to use Live 25. You're down to $281.25. Dun, dun, dun! For a natural color change, rare and exotic collectible phenomenon. And I'm not just using the word phenomenon for fun. When you look up gemstone phenomenons, very few gems are on this list. Turquoisite is on it because of its color changeability. It changes color. And I'm not talking like from red to green, just like that. It's almost like a slight shift in color, but it is a color change depending on the light source. So yeah, that one's going to be 2.65 carats total weight. As I mentioned, each of the turquoisites in the setting are 46 and a half points apiece. And then of course you have that halo, which is not a feminine halo. It's a masculine halo, just based on the shape, the design, the setting. That's going to be moissanite. Moissanite oftentimes used as an alternate for diamonds. Moissanite is a naturally occurring gemstone, but the issue with moissanite has been that the gemstone or the mineral, when it's found in teeny tiny microscopic sizes. So they found a way to recreate moissanite in the lab. So when you see moissanite, it's all lab grown material, simply because you just can't find large enough pieces to cut and facet and put into jewelry. And silicon carbide is the most highly refractive. It has a higher light dispersion than a diamond. So you better believe they came up with a way to recreate that mineral, silicon carbide, in the lab. When you get lab grown gemstones, they're made up of the same chemical makeup as their natural counterparts. So it's not a simulant, it's a lab grown. Simulants are cubic zirconias, they're CZs. They put whatever they need to, make it look good. With a lab grown, anytime you buy a lab grown emerald, lab grown sapphire, lab grown anything, know that it is the identical twin to its natural counterpart. So I just want to make sure you guys were aware of that, because right now they're like the hottest thing in the market, especially the diamonds. Forget about it. Lab grown diamonds are blowing up. And if you're interested in lab grown diamonds, you can always head to the website. We have quite a few. We have the best deals on planet Earth, honestly. In the market, when it comes to retail, nobody can touch our prices in general. But the lab grown, okay. Coming up next, so we did the turquoisite, $56.24 per month. Out the door, $281 because it's on sale from $374.99 with the 25% discount. Now we're going to get into, we've got a Wello Opal coming up. I have an emerald coming up. Yes. I have another tanzanite two-tone coming up right now, actually. And then we're going to feature blue sapphire, African amethyst. I'm telling you what, these designs for the guys are good stuff. You guys ready? This is our final hour together. We're going to move pretty quickly. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, almost 10 items to get to back to back. So you're going to have a really great time here just looking at the different designs. The first one is going to be tanzanite in a two-tone finish. Now, the reason why it's two-tone is not because of the yellow gold. Well, yeah, you do have the yellow gold prongs, but it's more so the yellow sapphires. Okay. Sometimes we use yellow diamonds. That's going to be in our higher end collection. Sometimes we put it into joy as well, but this time around we decided to go with fancy yellow sapphires. So because of the fancy yellow sapphires in the middle, this is a good looking ring. This thing is huge. So this is 2 carats and the halo is done with the yellow diamonds, as I mentioned. Now, with the yellow diamonds, you do have that vermeil yellow. You have the 18K yellow gold over sterling silver finish there, which is nice. And then also, I wanted to point out, this one is probably going to be a little wider than a 10 millimeter. It is. This one is right around a 12 millimeter. So 12 millimeter wide, two-tone with the yellow sapphires. Anything that's not a traditional blue color sapphire is considered to be fancy. So you will hear or read when the sapphire is a pink or purple, paparazzi, yellow, orange, sunset, whatever it is, you're going to usually see the word fancy or hear somebody mention the word fancy when they're speaking about the other colors of sapphire. Blue is more traditional. Blue is, of course, classic. I think a lot of times when people think sapphire, they probably think of the blue, but not everybody realizes that sapphires come in different colors. This one is a yellow sapphire combo. So the center gem is an 8x6 millimeter tanzanite. The African treasure. We talked about tanzanite being found one place in the world. It is pricey. You've got a beautiful tanzanite here that's a 1.1 carat. The millimeter size on the band is a 12 millimeter. You also have the 22 points of yellow sapphire. And then the, what do we have on the side there? Is that moissanite? Let's see. Ooh, zircon. So you have a bit of zircon there. 56 pieces of zircon, different sizes, 1 to 1.2 millimeter. The zircons go down off the shoulder on both sides, and you have zircons in the middle as well. So this is a whopping 2 carat tanzanite, yellow sapphire, white zircon combo. It is a 12 millimeter. It's only going to cost you, it's on sale from $299 down to $224. $224 for tanzanite, yellow sapphire, and zircon. Isn't that crazy? Crazy good. So the budget payment option is going to be $44.90. Done. There goes your brother or your dad or your husband or your son. They got a tanzanite coming home to them. If you decide to get them something extra special, that's the way to go. Another thing I wanted to point out, which I don't know I mentioned, tanzanite is the modern day birthstone for the month of December. So if you know somebody with a birthday in the month of December, that is their birthstone. You probably, maybe, well, I can assume, maybe you're thinking about birthstones and things like that. And if that's the case, tanzanite was crowned the modern day birthstone of December in, I think it was 2001. And that hadn't been done in over 90 years, where the birthstone gems have always been the same for like almost 100 years until tanzanite was discovered. So I just wanted to give you a heads up on that. Wello Opal is coming up next. This is a good one. So opals. Okay, king of the gems, you know it. It's the ruby. The princess gems, or princess of the gems, is the amethyst. And then you have your queen of the gems. That's going to be the opal. So the opal, depending on where it's found, is going to look completely different every single time. Seriously. 95% of the world's opals are found in Australia. But even in Australia, you have a variety. Okay, Australia is known for variety. They also have those marsupials, all kinds of really cool creatures that you can only find in that part of the world. Well, with the Wello Opal, or just opals in general, 95% of the world's opals are found in Australia alone. This one is found in Ethiopia. This is the Ethiopian Wello opal. And this is a faceted grade Wello opal. It is bezel set. This is a 2.5 carat. It's in a low profile, 18K yellow gold over sterling silver finish. Beautifully finished all the way around. But if you don't like prongs, you like a bezel setting, this is going to be perfect for him or you. And it's nicely finished. This one's on sale, 30-day money back guarantee. So don't forget, when you shop with us during these live streams and you're sharing the page out, let people know that they also get a discount. Live 25, that's the coupon code. Another thing I want to remind you of is the budget payment option. So you have the payment plan. And also, if an item is not on clearance, which I mentioned, I think I've only had one item on clearance, final sale, no returns. Everything else, 30-day money back guarantee. Okay, so you are able to return it. Aside from when we cut the price so low on our clearance items, people get so excited. They wait for clearance. I know I do. I shop during clearance often, but we get it for those of you that have never shopped with us before. Maybe we're just now becoming friends. We're besting up. I think it's important that you experience our quality. Boom. This opal, Queen of the Gemstones, is a 2.5 carat. Could be unisex. We do have several sizes. I think 10 is the smallest size, but we only have, about 20 of these in stock, and that's it. So these are last in stock. It's got a nice heavy setting. So let me give you a millimeter size on the opal, and then I'll go ahead and give you the millimeter size of this. It's pretty much going to be the same. So it's a 10 millimeter opal. So you have about an 11 millimeter setting. Because what they did was they opened up the setting and just set the opal inside. That's called the bezel set. Bezel set means none of the gemstone aside from the table, the surface, is showing. They stick it right in, boop. It's nestled. They flatten it out so it's low profile. The setting that is. And you've got just the seamless design straight across, very smooth, beautifully finished. So the Wello opals are known for their play of color. It's the base of the opal is going to be like a piece of ice. That's the best way for me to describe it. When you go to your ice maker, you know how the ice maker, the ice isn't like crystal clear. It's got it's kind of semi-transparent. That's what you get from the Wello opal, but you get the play of color. So you get the flashes of green and purple and blue and yellow coming out of that opal naturally. It's a beauty. Found in Ethiopia. Discovered in, I think it was 2007, right around 2008, they put it out in the market. And the Australians were like, what is this? Right? Because 95% of the world's opals come from there. So, yeah, there was a bit of a scare there for the Australian miners. But it's they've kind of pulled back from mining the Wello opal simply because of the amount of tantalum that's being found in Ethiopia. It's a rare mineral that's used in electronics and all kinds of, vehicles and all kinds of really cool stuff. So obviously they have to pivot when they need to, and we're just seeing less of the Wello opal coming out or becoming available in the market simply because of other things that are happening in that part of the world. So I suggest you take advantage of it because it is a beauty. It is a beautiful gemstone. We have it in women's designs too. So if you love the ladies' designs, we do have it in ladies' designs. Did we skip the emerald? Or we've got the emerald next?
It's next.
Okay. I guess we've got the Wello opal listed twice.
Yeah,
you
for
see
some
how
reason they kind of, I don't know why they did that.
we're not going to load that one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have an emerald piece coming up next. And this one is actually similar to the tanzanite. It's a little thinner. It's not as wide. Actually, this one is... Oh, it is. It's just like the tanzanite. So we had this option in the tanzanite. Remember earlier, just a few seconds ago, we had a 10 millimeter. This one is on super sale. Oh my gosh. I was able to get the price cut. So it comes in either the emerald, the ruby, or the sapphire. The price on this one is $299. It's not what? It's $199 with the 25% discount. We're down to $149.99. So we're going to change this. The Willow Opal, if you want it, go and get it. We're now going to move into that is the lowest price I've been able to finagle for you. I cannot even believe they accepted that. So the emerald, let's talk. Green of Life and Love, the official birthstone for the month of May. The opals, the Queen of the Gems, they're the official birthstone for October. Okay, so October month, May. 7x5 millimeter. This beauty in the center is going to be over a carat. Yes, yes, yes. We are hooking you up. This is huge. This is 2 carats of emerald and zircon. We've got it in different sizes. We also have it with the different gemstones. So if you wanted the emerald gem, it's here. It's on sale. $199 to $149 with the 25% discount. 30-day money back guarantee. We also have a $30 payment plan option if you're interested. People, share this out. Share this out. If I landed on your page, share it. Emeralds in precious metal for $29.99. A low profile, graduation on the horizon. We got to plan ahead. Could be Valentine's Day. You wanted to get him an emerald diamond lookalike. It is a genuine emerald from the Kaja mine in Zambia, but the diamonds are actually zircon, not to be confused with cubic zirconia. Cubic zirconias are also known as CZs. CZs are man-made. Zircons are natural. Zircons are the oldest gemstone known to man as well. But when we talk about refractive index, that's the light dispersion, the way the light plays, the bling, the blow. Zircon is one of the blingiest white natural gemstones in the world. They say it is old as dirt. And that's not in a negative way. I'm saying, think about how long dirt has been around since God created everything. And so the zircons have been around, the oldest gemstone, as far as we know, in history. So that is a really nice combination. That one's going to be a 10 millimeter. And the size of the emerald is a 7x5. But remember, they went wider in the design. They come out just a little bit wider and then put more zircons on both sides there. $29.99, $30 plus taxes. This one you do get the free shipping on. I mean, what more can you ask for? If you'd rather have the ruby or the tanzanite, both of those are available on the website. I can't guarantee that price of $149. Sometimes the prices fluctuate, but I can tell you if you want the emerald, you can get it today for $149.99. Yay! Okay, moving on. Turquoisite and moissanite coming up. We have, this is a good one. This is a good one, ladies and gentlemen. This one features 1.35 carats. So if you didn't necessarily want a 10 millimeter, you wanted to go a little bit thinner on the band. This could be unisex too. This one's going to be 5, 6, 7. This is about a 7.5 to 8 millimeter. Okay. Now, as I put it on, it's going to look big on me, but I want you to imagine it in your size. I think we only have sizes 10 through 14, if I'm not mistaken. But if you're interested, this beauty is only $359.99, but with the discount, we're talking $269. So $269.99. Now, $269, let me see what the budget pay is. Let me do that. You have, is it a 5-month payment plan? So divided by 5, $53.99. $53.99 for natural color change Turkish diaspora. Yep. This is turquoisite. It is a AAA grade. Remember we talked about the good, the better, the good, better, best heirloom. I almost have to say it super fast in order to remember it properly. But this is the best, okay? So the AAA is going to be the best. And you've got the 5 points of moissanite. Keep in mind, we are talking a little bit of a thinner millimeter size. So when you look at this one's on the larger, that's a 12 millimeter. And then when you look at this one's going to be a 10 millimeter. This one here is about a 7. Okay. So it's a thinner style, but you still have the heft. You know, you still get that nice polished finish. And it's simple. Sometimes, you know, you don't necessarily want to be all extravagant it depends. It depends on the guy. So when you see a design that you know, that one seems more like him, I'd suggest taking advantage of that, getting it home so you can see it. 30-day money back guarantee. Listen, if he doesn't love it, send it back. Get him something else, right? We give you that option. I want you to be comfortable during the live stream in pulling the trigger and saying, you know what, I want to do something different for Valentine's Day. I always do socks. I always do belt. I always do a pair of boxers. Maybe you've gotten him a pair of shoes in the past, a belt, whatever. Get some jewelry. You have an opportunity to grab a hold. Look what I have coming up next. If you are a blue gemstone lover, if that's him, I've got a blue sapphire coming up. Blue sapphire coming up right now. And this one, ladies and gentlemen, is a really nice design. I'm a big fan of this one because these are micro pave set blue sapphires. These are all smaller, round, brilliant cut in the square. Look at the square setting. This is sharp. I wanted to show you the texture first. Okay. And that's $290. This is listed at $299.99. Hold on, I'm gonna get you all the stats. Wait for it. But I think you're doing it, DJ.
Oh, sorry, I was uploading the image first, so I was doing it.
Okay. DJ said I'm doing something else right now, Jess. Okay. And you were on a roll, DJ. I mean, every time I looked over, I was like, wow, DJ's on it. 224. So with the discount, instead of it being $299, it's actually $224. With the budget pay option, which is even better, in my opinion, right? Why put out all the money if you can do a no interest payment plan, no credit check payment plan? That's going to be $44.99. $44 for sapphire. Oh, did I mention carat weight here? This is 1.1 carats of sapphire. That's a significant amount of carat weight at this price point for sapphires. So sapphires are that gemstone that everybody knows, right? Sapphire, ruby, emerald, everybody knows the gem. It is the official birthstone for the month of September. It's considered to be one of the big threes. So your what's called precious gemstones are rubies, emeralds, sapphires, okay? The blue, though, is traditional. It's classic. And I love this style. So let me give you a millimeter size on this one. Ooh, this one's going to be right around a 12 millimeter. So you have a 12 millimeter wide setting. There are 25 gemstones, all blue sapphire, perfectly matched. You get a nice polished finish here. And you see the texture. We've added a little texture on both sides of the shank there. Nice polished finish. $44.99. You can't go wrong. You just can't go wrong. And then we have these in all sizes. 30-day money back guarantee. If for whatever reason he doesn't love it, get it back to us. We're also going to do the no credit check, no interest payment plan, $44 per month. So really, you've got the 30-day window. The only thing that we're going to pull from the credit card is going to be the $44.99 plus taxes. Actually, no, you don't have to pay for shipping because you're spending $50. When you shop with us during the live stream, you spend $50 or more, free shipping. So you're winning. Grab the blue sapphire. Seriously, if you have any guy that you're close to in the family, trust me, he's going to be like, wow. I mean, this is big. Nobody's ever purchased a piece of jewelry from me. A lot of times, guys, they get, what is that? You know, it's like everything goes to the ladies. And then Father's Day comes around or some sort of celebration and they get like socks. Like the guys need more. I know for my bunches of votes, I'm always trying to come up with creative ways to surprise them, you know? Always listening, trying to listen more than what do they say? My husband always says this. He gave us 2 eyes, 1 mouth. Well, 2 ears rather, not 2 eyes. 2 ears to listen more than we speak. I said 2 eyes. You see that? Oh gosh. But that's true though. You should be looking and listening. Um, but no, this is a unique opportunity. I mean, all these pieces, take a look. When you go to the website and you click on the live streaming tab on our website, and I realize some of you are on social media, I get it. It's like, oh, come on. We don't, why do we need to go to the website? You don't have to. But one of the reasons why I encourage you to go to the website is because there's more on the website. We're a home shopping network. So I just purchased a really nice a set of bed sheets on our website. The color that I got is like an orangey red. But if you need something for the kitchen, if you need something for your bathroom, if you need something for, the bedroom, we have several items. If you like things like skincare, we try to get the best of the best in at the most discounted price possible. So you'll have to check that out at some point too. While you're on the website though, the live streaming tab, when you open it up, it's going to have the last 48 hours of live streams that you can click on because we honor the price cuts for 48 hours. So that's how long we, make those videos available. And then also when you click on a live stream in the live stream tab on our website, there's a bit more information than you're getting here on the lives. Okay. Because we have a little more, I'm not too sure why it is this happens, but you have all the items that are listed. So in case you didn't necessarily want to watch the entire show, the 2 hours or however long we run them, you can look at the items, click on them, and then just buy the discounted piece there on the website. So that's another idea. And I recommend that you do it because we've got a lot of good stuff on there that maybe didn't get scheduled. All right. Okay. So let me count them down. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more pieces to get to. The drama. So I'll just name them. I have a 925 sterling silver cross ring that's coming up. That's right now. Right after that, though, if you wait just a few extra seconds, I've got a king amethyst ring. Love that. We also have the Bronzella collection. This is a European coin style design. This one has a dragon on it. And then the last one is the emerald. This is an emerald bezel set east to west. Or excuse me, it's a grandidierite. My bad. It's kind of a look-alike. We'll talk a little more about that here in just a second. It's a bezel set east to west grandidierite. And this one's going to be a 1.7 carat. So these pieces are coming up back to back to back to back to back. Let's go. So the first one I really love because, crosses one of the most recognized signs of faith in the world, right? At least one of them. And I like the way we did this ring because both men and women can actually rock this. It is a two-tone finish. You've got a raised yellow gold, 18K vermeil yellow gold finish on that cross. So that raised finish right away when you put it on, it's noticeable. It's not like you're like, what is that on the ring? You see it, it pops. Not only is it up just a bit, they kind of created almost like a dome shape so that the cross is very pronounced. They also finished it in yellow gold. So you've got the 18K yellow gold, nicely polished, and it's not overdone. It's not ostentatious. It's not like gaudy. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Some of you love your big and bold, and that's okay. But this one is a little on the average, right? And I hate that word because, when people use it, it's like, man, it's just average. But that's not where I'm going with this. In terms of size, sometimes there are average sizes, average heights. So this one from one end to the next is just under a 10 millimeter. So you're right around the 8 to 9. Sometimes with the caliper, when, the electrical one, you get a precise. But this one's going to be right around 8, 8.5. Okay. This is 6.55 grams of 925 sterling silver. The cross is perfect. Just the right size. We have sizes 9 through 14 available. And that's the back. So if you wanted to, you have a good amount of room on the band. If you wanted to personalize the inside of this ring, you can probably get away with taking it to a local store and saying, hey, can you put I love you in here? Or are you able to engrave maybe the birth of a child, the date of birth, right? Their birthday, or maybe it's your anniversary. So a lot of different options when you're buying, jewelry pieces. It's not just about the piece itself. Sometimes you can do a little more with that piece depending on, what your intent is, right? Your intention. So yeah, that's an option. This one's on sale, $20. Some of you are like, what? Did she just say that? I did. This one is on sale. And the listed price is $134.99. You still get a 25% discount, which puts you at $101. We almost hit the $99 mark. So $101.24, but you have budget pay. So the payment plan is available. 30-day money back guarantee. I mean, what more can you ask for? If you didn't want to go gemstone and you wanted to keep it simple, he's okay with sterling silver, stainless steel, yellow gold, white gold, then this would be a nice way to go for him. And then when you're thinking about your faith, when you're trying to get closer to the Lord, whatever your religion is, right? Sometimes people wear it for faith. Sometimes people wear it for fashion. But for me, the cross, I have that connection to the cross. It reminds me of hope. It reminds me of, what the good Lord above means to me. So everybody's different. It's available. $134 with the discount. You can't beat it. You're winning. You're winning on this one. Okay. Price point, design, the free shipping, the payment plan option, all of it. Perfect. I mean, this is a newer design, so we do have quite a few to go around. But remember, if you wait, not only can one of the sizes sell out because we are a manufacturer, we do them in sizes 9 through 14. But I think my thing is, it's the discount. You can't be mad if you wait until Friday and then this one is listed at $199. Now it's your decision. You may not buy it, but just thinking about the fact that on Tuesday it was $101 and then now it's listed at say, $179, $199. Take advantage, at least use the budget payment option. All you're doing to secure it and get it sent out to you is $20.24. Okay, that's the payment plan option. You have some taxes, free shipping, get it out to you so you can see it, you can feel it, you can touch it. You may even want to present it to him or her and then let them decide. If they don't want it, they say, you know what, I really appreciate the sentiment. I appreciate you thinking about me, but it's not quite my style or I don't like the way it fits. That's okay. Send it back to us. You have that money back guarantee, and then maybe have them tune in to a live stream or just give them our website so they can choose their own piece, right? At least you tried and you might nail it. I think you will with that one. That one's a good option. All right, coming up next, I have, gosh, I see this and I think king. It's a king piece. Throughout history, when I think of royalty, I think of like purple and gold. Purple and gold. Those are the two colors. I don't know why they stand out. They've probably programmed us. What can I say? But this is a 5 carat. It's a cushion cut. And you're not going to believe the price. So the reason why you want to tune into live streams is not only because you get the extra discount, but it's the price cuts we're able to get on the piece plus the discount. This one is $39.99. I'll let you take it in. I know some of you are like, what? $39.99. It's 39. And this one, what I'm excited about, because my brother only wears this type of collection. And I'll tell you why. My brother has sensitive skin, and he doesn't wear anything aside from stainless steel. Stainless steel is the only metal that does not make that poor guy break out. And I'm the same. I literally will be on TV hosting a show, and I might have, touched my neckline a couple times, the air, who knows what. All of a sudden, I'll have like a red mark. And some of us have sensitive skin like that. Some of us we've got to be really careful about the air, what's flying around. So if that's the case, Ever True is a nice collection to check out, not just during the live stream, but on our website. We have an entire collection of stainless steel. We have one of the largest stainless steel manufacturing facilities in the world. Being a manufacturer, we actually manufacture different things. So we're very proud of the steel facility because we probably had that going for about 8 years now. But I had the chance to visit our manufacturing facility right before it was open. I got to pull up and then walk around it, but I couldn't go in the building because it was still under construction. That's how long it's been since I've been to I think that was the last time I went to Jaipur. But um, this is, I mean, we have been pushing out so much stainless steel because a lot of high-end designers, they like to work with steel. Steel is heavy. Steel is, that kind of industrial grade. But the cool thing about the stainless steel collection that we have here at Shop LC is that because we have the technology that's needed to work with steel, we're able to polish steel just as you would sterling silver or any other white metal that has a high polish. So hypoallergenic, never going to tarnish. When you set gemstones in steel, they call it dead set. I know it's kind of, but it's there to stay, right? Because those prongs are different. They're not as malleable as a silver prong. And not that there's anything wrong with either one, but there's a difference. I mean, there's certain metals that are stronger, they're heavier. They deliver, they pack a punch, and stainless steel definitely does it. And I've recently seen, I don't know if you've had a chance to do any research on stainless steel. I've seen so many designers that are charging hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for stainless steel. It's mind blowing. But this one is on sale, so we're at $14.99 per month. We do have a payment plan option. And you have, with the discount, because it's at $39, it takes you down to $29.99. So with the discount, you've got a really nice option here. It's a 5 carat. It's a 10 millimeter cushion cut amethyst. And for you ladies that maybe prefer something a bit chunkier or bigger or bolder, because it depends on the day for me. Sometimes I like a big old door knocker and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I want something petite. Sometimes I'll wear something around my neckline that's chunky, and sometimes I'll have something demure and petite. So it really depends, and that's the nice thing about Shop LC. We have variety, and whatever it is you're interested in, typically we have different sizes. In this case, I will say, with the stainless steel, you're going to have a little more heft to it. The packaging is beautifully done. All of our collections are branded. They're in-house brands. So you do see the stamps on the inside. Ever True is the name of the collection. Anytime you see Ever True, you know that it's stainless steel. Anytime you see DeJoy, you know that the metal that's used is sterling silver. When you see Luxotto is going to be either 10K or 14K. And then we also have Rhapsody. We've had Ileana, which was our 18K collection. What we've done, and this has been talked about, I haven't seen it just yet, but moving forward, we integrated the Ileana with Rhapsody. So under the Rhapsody brand, not only will you see the 950 Platinum, you're also going to see 18K Yellow and 18K Rose. Okay, so that's something to look forward to. But yeah, this is a great piece. February birthstone. I've been talking about different birthstones here. We talked opal, the Queen of the Gems, October. We had a tanzanite, the December birthstone. We had emerald, that's going to be the May birthstone. We had ruby, July's birthstone. And now we have February. This is the Princess gemstone, the Princess Quartz amethyst. And obviously, as I mentioned, purple regal. I mean, it's not feminine or masculine, especially when you have a bold design like this. The gemstone itself is a 10 millimeter, but the band itself is going to be about a 12 and a half, 13 millimeters. So it's a wider band. It's a heavier piece. And I could see a design like this, not just on the ring finger, but also like a pinky ring or index finger. Depends on the guy, where he likes to rock his designs. All right. Oh, by the way, have you shared the page yet? Have you shared it, liked it, share it? I always forget talking about that during my live streams. I'm really hoping that you spread the word. Let friends and family members know about Shop LC so that they too have options. Because I'm telling you, when I and I can only speak for myself, and this could be different for you. Anytime I walk into a jewelry store these days, the variety is just not there for me, especially when it comes to the gemstones that we offer. So you do have some really nice variety. The last two pieces are yellow gold over sterling. This one here is called Bronzella. It's by Evertrue. Okay, stainless steel, 18K yellow gold plated with the steel. We do a fusing. I call it fusion because it's a bond. Bond is a deeper level. We have to go to a deeper level in the steel to create that kind of permanent overlay process. Steel is already able to withstand the test of time. So we use a technique that allows that finish to be, I mean, this looks like straight 18K. 18K. Because it is. It's 18K over steel, right? Over stainless steel. So we're talking 316L. It's the surgical grade steel. It's not like, it's the stuff that they use in surgery. When they use all the cutting tools and all that, that's the type of steel that's used in our collection. And then you have the 18K overlay process that's done over top of the ring. This is a big one. This is that bold pal. Obviously on me, I'm petite. I actually, on this finger, my size is a 4. Yeah, I have a size 4 finger. So this is going to be pretty large on my my finger. Millimeter size, if I were to measure from one end to the next, put the ruler next to it, this is going to be much wider than some of the other designs I've had in the past. Okay. And the ruler says 5, 10, 15. That's a 20 millimeter. It's a 20 millimeter. This is one of the biggest. You see, remember I was talking about the engraving? When you flip pieces around, you see the different collections, the first letter of the collection. We talked about the Joy, so you see the D. Rhapsody, you see the R. Luxotto, you see the L. Evertrue, you're going to see the E. And that's our stainless steel collection. But look at how nicely finished that is, my friends. It's the men's collection. If you missed out on any of the pieces, I'm going to do a bit of an overview. I'm going to go from front to back again just to kind of show you. And then we'll be wrapping up the show here in just a few minutes. So dragons. Dragons have been, in different cultures, dragons are embraced as the protector. Dragons are, they represent strength. So throughout history, this is a mythical creature that, different cultures have embraced, whether it is just because of how cool the dragon looks or kind of what it represents. But I love detail like this. Look at the side of the shank here. Very well made. This is a piece that when you feel it, it's heavy. It's a nice piece. So this one is priced at $19.99, 30-day money back guarantee. With the 25% discount, we're talking $14.99. $14.99 for a piece of jewelry. That's just, it gets me excited. Because if there's a young man in your family who would appreciate a nice piece of gold jewelry, they love dragons, they collect dragons, they're into the dragons. Because nowadays these video games are all dragon, and all kinds of crazy stuff, which is fine. I'm not saying it in a negative way. I'm just saying they kind of put you in this this alternate reality, this world of Dungeons and Dragons, which is pretty cool. But this is that style, that design, and it's only $14.99. I'm going to step to the side. It's a really nice picture of it. You get the full kind of body of the dragon, all the scales, all that good stuff. I mean, the detail that they've added. Do you know what a challenge that is? I think that's one of the reasons why we're so proud of our stainless steel facility. Stainless steel is one of the toughest metals to work with. It is not easy to heat steel and create all the texture and all the detail, all the design. This almost looks like a dragon seal. Like a seal from back in the day that they would use. It's really well made. And at $19.99 with the 25% discount today, might as well lock in $7.50. That's all you have to pay. We'll ship it out to you. You have a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you don't love it, get it back to us. We'll give you the money back. If you love it, you'll make your next payment. I think it's, 2 payments? And then that's it. In the meantime, you'll have it. You can see it, make your final decision, and the rest is history. I think you'll be back for more. You will. All right, so my final piece is going to be the grandidierite. Grandidierite was only discovered 2 times in the history of grandidierite. And really cool stuff. It's actually found on the island of Madagascar. And grandidierite is a gemstone that when you see it, it's almost like a green and a blue. So the color that comes to mind is teal, right? Sometimes you get a little more blue, sometimes you get a little more green. But this is actually one of the top 10 rarest gemstones in the world. Yeah. So we were lucky enough to have been at the right place, right time. Grandidierite was discovered early 1900s, and then again, I want to say 2000 and something. But when it was discovered, we were there. We were able to buy quite a bit of it, a parcel. And since then, we've been able to offer it to our family members, you guys that shop with us on a regular basis, make it affordable so that you can have something really special in your collection that you can say is on the top 10 rarest gemstone list. Grandidierite. So it's a bezel set east to west, a little bit different, right, than traditional settings, which I love. This is a 1.7 carat. This is called a bezel set. We talked about bezel settings, right? We talked about a bezel set. Imagine the opening being in the shape and the millimeter size it needs to be to just set that gemstone right in there. And once the gemstone is set, the only thing that's exposed or seen is the table, the top. So it's nice and smooth. What is that? It's nice and smooth. Hold on. Let me step inside. I'm like, what is this?
That's a computer.
Yeah. No, I had this like little flyway that felt like I'm like, something on my neck. All of a sudden, it'd be like one of those blooper reels. Okay, but no, this is a bezel. John, did you say that's a computer? I know what you're talking about now. I get it, the noise.
Not these
All right.
days.
So this one is bezel set 1.7, and then you've got the round cut, right? These are lab-grown diamonds. This is a sharp piece because certain guys, they don't want too wide, but also not too thin. And I feel like the millimeter size on this one is just right. If you didn't want too wide or too thin, it's a 6 millimeter. You're right at 6 millimeters. So this is a 6 millimeter. Now, ladies, this could work for you too. If you like a low profile, modern setting, not too wide at all, you've got a 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Those are the sizes. So if you can wear 9, this will work out nicely. With overlay, I always recommend that you try to get your size because, when you take it to a jeweler, you've got to make sure you let the jeweler know that it is an 18K vermeil, yellow gold over sterling, because they may use 14K. The gold, the richness, that color of gold makes a difference depending on the purity. So with 18K, you have 75% pure gold over top of silver. If they size it and they need to, kind of redo things, if they don't know that that's the case, they could do it in their own way, and you may not necessarily be happy once they size it. So just an FYI on that. Your piece is 18K vermeil yellow. Now this one's on sale. This one's $174.99. And with the 25% discount, we're talking $131.24. So with budget pay, right, I always think about the payment plan option, $26 for budget pay and some change. So 26 and a quarter, plus you have taxes, no shipping on this one. Anytime you shop with us during the live stream, you get that 25% discount. You also have, if you spend $50 or more, the free shipping. We do split up the payments over a certain amount of time. The duration depends on, whatever the team decides, but it is listed on our website. In this case, it's a 5-month payment plan. So that's nice because now you have less than $30 per month payments. In the meantime, you'll have a great looking, one of the most rare gemstones, grandidierite, in the world. So this is you know, only found twice, just so you know. This is really, really special. This actually is one of the only designs we had in almost every single size 9 through 14. Doesn't come in the smaller size. Sometimes we have the 8s available, but this one is 9 through 14, okay, with the free shipping. So that is it. That is the collection during the live stream today. And I'm going to take you through each one again, just to kind of do an overview of what we had, just in case you're tuning in right now. Somebody shared the page. You're watching right now. We had the Grandidiorite on super sale. This one is $131.24 with the payment plan option. You're at $26 per month, free shipping, 30-day. We had two pieces, if not, I think it was two. We had a Tanzanite piece and we had a Rubellite piece that were on clearance. Okay. These two clearance items are probably my superstar of the show. And I'll tell you why. The price of gold is going up. It will go up. It has gone up, right? Not only in the market, but just in general. Gold is up. So moving forward, you're going to see higher gold prices. And when you see an item that's on clearance, you definitely want to snag it because the price cuts are huge. They're phenomenal. I'm trying to find my Rubellite here. Here it is. All right, so we're going to go back to the Rubellite, not the Ruby, Rubellite. There it is. So 1,200. So the Rubellite is on clearance. It's a 14K white gold, over 1 carat ruby diamond, Rubellite diamond bracelet. Good night. I'm looking at bracelets. I'm saying a lot. The Rubellite is a 14K white gold Rubellite diamond ring. There it is. Had to really think that through. But the exciting part about this one is that the discount is so deep on the gold, you're not going to see it again at this price. This is it. This is rock bottom. $911. $911 for Rubellite red variety of tourmaline with diamonds in 14K. Say bye-bye to those types of price points because moving forward, we're a manufacturer. If price of gold has gone up, we're paying more for gold. We're still going to be guaranteed lowest price in America, but you'll see prices go up. They just will. They have. So if you want to snag last year's price, 2 years ago price, $911 for the Rubellite diamond. This ring comes in different sizes. You can size it. It's exclusive, okay? But we got a lot of different sizes in this one, so make sure you take advantage. So that's my biggest value in the live stream. The other biggest value, huge deal, is the Tanzanite diamond that I featured. This one is, which one was on clearance? Did I have a Tanzanite on clearance, or was the price just that good? I felt like it was on clearance.
Oh, this one?
No, the gold one. I think it's number 3 on the list. So this is going to be a 14K white gold Tanzanite. So it's right after the bracelet. 2.65 carat. Boom. It's on clearance. My memory's good. I thought it wasn't, but that's good because these are the first few items. I'm giving myself a pat. I'm like, good job, Jessica. All right, so $2,009.99 on clearance. 2009.99 minus 25. 1,500. 1,500. Bigger, bolder, chunkier than the Rubellite. You see that? There's a difference, okay? But the price cuts on both of these are like the stars of the show right here. If you can get either one of these, you're making out. You're winning. You are winning. They are final sale. No returns on these. But what you're getting is like hundreds, if not thousands of dollars back in your pocket. If you think back to what, it is out there in the retail environment, forget about it. So you're winning on these two. As for the rest of the show, so we kicked off the show with a beautiful bracelet selection. We did a $950 platinum bracelet for the very first time at 8 inches, which can be unisex. So ladies, if you wanted a platinum bracelet, something that is resistant to scratches, something that's hypoallergenic, something that is neutral, the design itself is neutral, this is a really great value. I had not done a platinum bracelet. I've done platinum chains in the past. Of course, our platinum collection is Rhapsody. We don't usually have the platinum bracelet. So I wanted to point that out. It was our first item of the live stream, and it's discounted. Okay, it's a 9.55 gram. It is 8 inches. The actual style of clasp is a bit different. It's that kind of S shape. It's elevated. That one's up for grabs. Okay. And then I'm going to be wrapping up the show here. I know it's about 5-6 minutes early, but I'm going to talk about the dragon bone, and then I'll probably wrap up right here at the top of the hour like we do on the live show. Because typically I go to like 4:01. But no, the dragon bracelet is a nice one too. This is a great selection because you got the 925 sterling silver setting in that beautiful detail, nice and chunky. And you also have the Bali artisans who have created this one from start to finish. So all the different silver pieces are shaped and fully textured, soldered together so that you have lots of, movement here. It's super comfortable, nice and smooth. This one here, it is not listed that we have any in stock, but I want to recommend that you chat with our personal shopper team because I did have on my paper that we had 3 left. If you're interested, go to the website. We have a few other designs that are similar, if not, really cool pieces that are part of the Bali Legacy Collection, which is 925 sterling silver. If you know anything about the island of Bali, it's a very special place. I've never been, but I hear that a lot of people like to get away there just to kind of recharge, renew. The island is filled with tranquility and peace, and they're just very religious there and pray over everything. And I think a lot of people just can connect with that, just kind of want to recharge and get away. Anyway, the inspiration from the artisans comes from how absolutely stunning the island is. It's Indonesia, and with Indonesia, you have, I think, thousands of islands in that particular area, but Bali is one of the most popular islands that people visit. So we've teamed up with the artisans on the island of Bali to ensure that you guys have some of the nicest designs. You have some designers that will tell you that they get their inspiration from Bali artisans. So they've probably visited that part of the world, as I mentioned, just to be inspired, to recharge. And a lot of times they'll take the mountains and the I've seen pictures, I've seen videos of this. That's why I'm talking about it as if I've been, but I have not. One of these days I'd like to. But it's nice to be able to be teamed up with the artisans on the island of Bali instead of just being able to say that you were inspired by these artisans. So yeah, your pieces are all from the island, and anything else we manufacture in-house. If not, we manufacture using gemstones that we procure from other places. So you come to the right place. If you haven't had a chance to watch our live streams before, thank you so much for tuning in today. Again, I'm Jessica Maldonado. It is always a pleasure hanging out with you. If you have an opportunity, don't forget to like the page, share the page. If you have any questions, our personal shopper team number is right here. In the meantime, I hope you guys have had a happy new year so far. Take care. Stay blessed. I'll meet you guys back here actually not next Tuesday. Mark your calendar. I'm going to be away in the Turks and Caicos until next week. So I will be back the following Tuesday. John is looking at me like, really, now I'm getting the memo? Forgot to tell you that, John. But no, I look forward to being with you guys. So I'm here Tuesdays from 2 to 4 Central Standard Time. Have a great one. Take care. God bless.